Quilters Newsletter TV, the quilters community, is brought to you by Handy Quilter, designed by a quilter for quilters. Sulky, express yourself with Sulky and create with confidence. Brother, it's so easy with Brother at your side. And Quilt Cut, easy fabric cutting for quilters.
Hello, I'm Patrick Lose, and welcome to Quilters Newsletter TV, the quilters community. I'm here with my friend Kay Capps Cross again. Hi, Kay.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm so glad to be here with you.
Oh, well, I'm glad you are too, because I have a project that I'd like to show our viewers today that I think would be great for us to work on together. I think you know a little bit about my club, Party with Patrick. That's it started out in quilt shops, but now we're even doing it online with retail customers. And the project that I have to do today is from the club. It's one of the first ones that we did. We're now in our 5th year. We're starting our 5th year. Yeah.
So how long has it been also online?
Online we started 2 years ago, I believe. The problem at that point was 2 years ago there were still a lot of shops doing it. So it was more exclusive to shops, and if retail customers wanted to join online, they were joining, getting the patterns from previous years. So now they can join and be, up to speed with what the shops are doing and things like that.
So the shops were still exclusive?
Well, the shops aren't exclusive any longer.
No, but they were during that interim.
Right.
Okay.
So now everyone's partying. So
cool.
This project, it's a little more traditional than what I normally do. I think
it is.
you agree.
Yes.
But the reason was, Party with Patrick, what I try to do is every month is a different theme. And this month was May that we did this project. And so I wanted to do something that was kind of wedding season and bridal showers and things like that. So I thought this would be kind of a cute decoration for either a bridal shower or maybe tabletops at a wedding reception, things like that. And it's called Heart to Heart. And it's an applique project. It's a scalloped table topper, 20 inches. And when you download the pattern, like this pattern has been downloaded just
okay.
online.
So this is exactly
what they would get. And you print it out, on your home printer. I try to keep all the patterns within an 8.5 by 11 boundary, so people that can't print larger or don't want to take the time to, tape the pages together, things like that. But basically, you've got your templates.
And is this a full-size template?
Yeah, all the templates are full size. I don't think I've ever had to reduce them or.
That's great.
Yeah,
that's a big help.
No one wants to have to go to a copy shop or deal with their own printer to try to enlarge. But then you've got the instructions, a diagram of how to lay out the appliques, how to cut the scalloped edge, how to create the continuous bias binding, which we're going to do in a future segment again to show that. But also, I include a couple of recipes.
Fun.
And the shops would get together and they would, assign people to make the recipes and bring to the party and things like that. So for this one, it was, we had a party punch and wedding cake or cupcakes and then a frosting,
Ooh, what kind of frosting?
Buttercream frosting. Yeah, I know.
Of course. That's the only reason to eat white cake.
I think so too. Exactly. And this is a piece of stationery. I design either blank recipe cards or stationery to go with. So
how fun. So they get some coordinating projects along with it.
Yeah, and they can, print out the stationery to use, as often as they like. So that's kind of cool. But let's jump into this because part of what we have to do deals with the templates. And I want to show how to create the template for cutting this scalloped edge here. So we have the scallop top template. That's actually a 1/8 of this mat. So if you, just put it right there.
Okay. Oh, I see. All right.
On the edge. So what we have to do is we're going to print a couple of these. And then once you print a couple out, you can tape them together. And let's just move the mat. And what you want to do is overlap the dashed lines, because that's basically, it's like a seam allowance. It's just what you have to tape it together. So match your point at the bottom. And then we're just going to tape that together all the way up. We've already got that done over here. So
now we've got a quarter of it.
Right, this is a quarter of the entire top. So it just lays in there like that. Okay, and now I'm going to show you how to, we've cut a square for the background, 21 inches, I believe, just to make it a little bit larger. And what we're going to do is fold that square into quarters. You can see that I've done that already. And then I would usually either finger press or, press a light crease in there.
Now, you wouldn't want to put too tough of a crease in there.
No,
to have to get out later.
No, we're going to need the creases later too.
Oh, are we?
Again, I'm
Okay.
going to show you why.
Okay.
But if you would like to cut this
Sure.
for me, we can use a rotary cutter, but let's get a couple of pins in it.
Oh, pins.
I know
yeah.
I don't usually use them, but
No, I don't either, but
for this we need to.
it's kind of fun. Well, it is a party, right?
Pinning party.
Yes. It's a pinning party with Patrick. That's a lot of peas.
That's a lot of peas.
It
Let's not go
is.
there.
Okay.
Okay, and
We do like
here-
alliteration here, don't we?
There you go.
Good, thank you. So I'm just going to go along
Turn
the
it.
edge, right?
Right. Let's
Okay.
make sure we can see it here. You can do this with scissors too, but we just happen to have a rotary cutter here, and
We can do 4 layers really well
That's
with the rotary
right.
cutter, can't we?
that's right. Okay.
How'd I do?
Perfect.
Oh, I guess I didn't
Well,
do
I think that's your
perfect.
cutter's fault. I don't think
Okay.
that's you. One right there too.
There we go.
Thank you. Okay.
That always puts me back into kindergarten a little bit.
With rotary cutters?
No, cut and paste.
Okay. No rotary cutters in kindergarten.
No, that would not be good, no.
No. Okay.
But cut and paste puts me back there.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so here, this is what we ended up with. We don't need to unpin all that. Now, I'm going to go over to the iron and show you how we can, we've got these appliques that we need to place. And they're a little bit tricky because this is a more symmetrical piece, and we want to get those lined up pretty well. So let me step over to the iron. Okay, so since we've used the quarter template to cut, we need to just unfold all of this, and you can see that we've got our scalloped edge all cut. Now, you can also see that these lines, we've pressed into it. I want to press a couple more. So we've got a quarter fold there, so that makes a quarter circle. But because of the way the appliques are placed, if we fold this one more time and make it an 1/8 and give it a good press, we have a placement line for every applique on the top.
So you can make sure they're very symmetrical.
If you use there's some measurements in the pattern, and if you use those and these guidelines, you'll be able to place all of the templates without any problem at all. So
Yeah, and I think this one looks great being so symmetrical. Typically, I'm not a symmetrical girl, but this one looks
yeah, I think
great
it works.
and very traditional.
Yeah, I think so, especially with that scalloped edge. So Kay, if you would, we've already traced our appliques onto the fusible adhesive.
Got some.
And then ironed it to the back of the fabric and remove the paper backing. We can go ahead and place these large hearts first. And Kay, if you'll look at the instructions,
Yes.
I think we're supposed to place them 2 1/4 inches.
2 1/4 inches, yes.
Okay,
you're
so 2
correct.
1/4 inches from the raw edge. I'm going to move this over just so it's easier to.
And we're going right on that quarter line, aren't we?
So let's just, I usually eyeball this, but you can see there that 2 1/4 inches is where we're going to place the point of the heart. And then we're going to intersect the upper point.
Oh, how easy is that?
Yeah, and then just fuse it into place because you don't even have to wonder. You know that's going to be right.
That's exactly right.
Right. Then we'll just go ahead and do,
Here's another one for you.
okay. So 2 1/4, about right there.
That's nice because you don't have to place them all to look at it either. You know
No.
they're exactly in the right place and you can fuse as you go.
Right, and usually I do place all of the appliques before I do any pressing, just to be sure, but this one, it's a sure thing.
Yep.
So let's get these, the large hearts at least, and then I can show you the finished piece that we've already got put together.
And if you don't have a tape measure, you know that's about 2 thumbs and a quarter, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Yep.
If you're used to cutting binding strips and you know how wide those are.
Yeah.
I cut my binding 2 1/4.
I do
Is that,
too.
Yeah.
I do too. I want it to be full.
A lot of people do 2.5, but I like it to be full and not too big and clunky looking. Okay, so that's how easy it is to get the appliques placed. Yeah. Okay, since we already have one finished, let's take a look at how it...
Oh, that's great. So you're able to use all of those lines.
Those guidelines just
everything.
intersect, every one of those appliques, so it's very easy. The next thing that I would normally do would be to get a piece of Sulky's Tear Easy stabilizer, put behind this, and then satin stitch around all the appliques. And you can satin stitch or buttonhole stitch, whatever, blanket stitch, whatever's your, favorite way to finish it. And honestly, we're going to be quilting this heavily enough that you wouldn't even have to satin stitch or do anything to finish the edges, because the quilting would, secure the appliques. Hold it down. Yeah, so why don't we, this is a good place to stop.
Okay.
And we'll come back in the next episode and we're going to sandwich the quilt top, the batting, and the backing. And I'm going to show you a way that you can do the satin stitching through all the layers and quilt at the same time.
Oh, I'm anxious to see that.
Yeah, it's great. So join us on the next episode of Quilters Newsletter TV, the Quilters Community, and we'll do that then.
Great.
Thanks, Kate.
You're welcome.
Quilters Newsletter TV, the Quilters Community, is brought to you by Handy Quilter, designed by a quilter for quilters. Sulky, express yourself with Sulky and create with confidence. Brother, it's so easy with Brother at your side. And Quilt Cut, easy fabric cutting for quilters.